Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to Satisfactory. We last episode got a few things built over here in the corner, and I've since kind of let the system run a little while so that we can actually get a few things going. So, been actually out playing last weekend or the weekend after the last time we did a little bit of recording. I spent a little bit of time kind of building a few things. But we should now have all of the things that we need. Now, like, this is an awful lot of these deals, and it's going to be a very usable thing for us as we go forward. We're going to need to be able to take these and make them into other things. So let's grab that 50 that we need for the next step so that that can start running. I've been really busy, and by really busy, I mean, I wish I could show you from this map now. But there is a train line that goes all the way down, around, and over, and into here, and then goes out into the desert and comes back. And we actually, this train here is now using this direction, well, I say wherever it is, but it goes right down the middle of the canyon over here and comes out. So we now have rail access to pretty much the entirety of the map, which is pretty cool. Aside from going up on top of there, we now have access to all of the other nodes that I'm going to be worried about, areas that I'm going to be worried about, or things that we need to be concerning ourselves with. So, object of today is going to be, we're going to go over here, we're going to do some more unlocking of some stuff in the hub, so let's go check our stuff out. I know that we would let I built all of those so that we could start using tier 3 miners, because tier 3 miners are like the best thing in the whole wide world once you crack them open. So let's see, we're going to select that milestone. You can go ahead and have those. We need 100 supercomputers and 1,000 pipe. Supercomputers should be sitting right there, which I again need to do a little bit more work from here to do some stuff. Let's see, let's just go back downstairs. And where are they? They should be over here. 1,000 of those things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 1,000. And then we can run this upstairs, hand it in, and get some new toys. Yes, please. All of it. Big red button, go.
Milestone reached. Turbo motors can now be constructed in order to build the latest fix-it improved factory buildings, such as the Miner Mark III. A new project part enables progress to the next phase.
Well, alrighty then. Turbo motors, push the right button. Turbo motors, push the right button. We're going to be looking at the magnetic field generators here in just a minute. I have plans for what I want to do since I'm going to be on vacation for the next couple of days. I need to be able to get some content sorted out for you guys, so we're going to actually do some automation in the base the next couple of episodes, so this is going to be fairly simple. So turbo motors, as far as things go, there should be just nothing more than some of the stuff that we probably don't have updated or built yet. One of which is we do not have this built yet. We don't have those. That's going to be a pain, because that means the nitrogen that we currently have is on the wrong side of the base from where the nitrogen, where everything else is built, because those are over here. Now, what I'm probably going to do with turbo motors, or at least turbo motors for the time being, is I've got the, what is it? Let's go over here and look. The heat sinks are sitting right over here in a container, and I set those up a long time ago. There's a container full of them. So what we're probably going to do, at least for right now, turbo motors, the only thing we're ever going to need turbo motors for this point, at this point in time, is going to be building those Miner Mark IIIs, and I believe they go into that project, that rocket, I think that's what it's called, rocket. Can I quit doing the right-click thingy? Thermal propulsion rocket, I think they go into those. Again, it's 2 per on this, 2 per on that, plus a bunch of other things. So what we're going to need to do is I'm either going to have to direct a whole bunch of that fluid over here, or we grab that container, move it over there. We're currently making the heat sinks using the owl-clad aluminum sheets and copper, and I think actually there might be another way of doing this. I grabbed some cable that I didn't want. Let's see here. Heat sink. Is there another recipe that we currently have? Yes, rubber and those things. We may We may, depending on how much room is over there right now. Some of this stuff is fixing to go away, and what I mean by fixing to go away is that anything that's going to be project part whatever, like this whole line here, I think as far as all of these go, I do believe that the modular engines are going to go into something, but I don't think we need them quite yet, unless we already used them. But as far as this goes, I may redo a little bit of this area, and we may end up building heat sinks and whatnot right down here, since I ripped out all of that wire making that we had, because I'm making a pile of wire over there now. All those kinds of things are going to be things we're going to be messing around with eventually. What I want to do today, and that's just going to be later on down the world thing. I think if anything, what we're going to do today is we're going to start that electromagnetic gravity, that thing, magnetic field generator, that dude right there. We're gonna start building these because we have the batteries, we have the whatever those are, the structure, the versatile frameworks, we have those as well. The only thing we don't have right now is the electromagnetic control rods. This is where the electromagnetic blah 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 is coming from. So with certain things, what I want to do is we're going to make changes as we go forward. Electric motors, there's a kind of an odd recipe that they just showed us, or at least we looked at it right there. If you notice, the well, for one, we have a whole ton of stators, whole ton of stators, and there's a recipe that I got a while back that I'm going to be interested in using, which is going to be, can I find my button, please? Motors. There's a recipe right here. This recipe right here is kind of interesting because of the fact that it takes, well, the numbers are better as far as these go. The current thing we're using right now is this one. So it's 2 stators and 2 rotors for 1 motor. Well, it's a basically, when you get to the point here, this is a 1-for-1 for the rotors for 2 motors. And then when you look at this recipe, especially if you use the one on the bottom, which is the one I don't want to use, but you can then pretty much say that it's 1 rotor and 1 motor, or 1 rotor and 1 stator for each. Well, it's actually less than that, I believe. Yeah, it's just a 1-for-1 swap at that point in time, so you can kind of save a little bit on that. The issue is that it's, well, you've got to mix in those high-speed connectors, and those high-speed connectors, we can either do the high-speed connectors in one fashion, or we can do the high-speed connectors in another fashion, or we can use these AI limiters that we haven't been using hardly at all. So we have to do this recipe in order to make that electromagnetic control rod thingy, the field generator dude. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start building this right here, considering that we have those high-speed connectors automated, and when and if the time comes, I may switch this whole mess over to a different system. So maybe, I don't know, I haven't made up my mind yet. Motors are made right over there now, so it is how it works, and I might move them back down here. It's another one of those things I kept kind of moving things around as we play around with things. So what we need to do today, yeah, come on, you know, I'm so used to using other things. Let's see. Field generator. We need to craft today, we need to figure out how to get those functioning, and then we need to be able to plop down a couple of these. So let's get a manufacturer real fast and see exactly how slow that's going to be. Oh, I got parts. We got to get some parts. I don't suppose those are right here, are they? No. What do they need? They need the big ones, right? No, they need the other ones. Motors. That's what we need. Okay, let's go get some parts. Okay, so one manufacturer. Let's take a look at it and see what it's going to do for us. Electromagnetic field generators, we're going to get 1 per minute out of everything in here right now. Now, I'm pretty certain we're making plenty of batteries at this point, and I should be able to do this number double. So I want at least 5 per minute on the versatile framework. Let's go check and see what our versatile framework looks like. It is right here. Yes. How many are we making per minute? Yeah, okay, we have plenty. Just one of these is fine. Yeah, okay, maybe we can make those a little faster than that. Maybe we can make those a little faster than that. So the number is one of those and 5 of those. Let's see how many batteries we were making. I forget how many it is exactly. I mean, I do want to make sure I don't eat up the 7 or 8 batteries that it takes to make sure that drone does its job, because our next project is going to be building turbo motors, or at least partially turbo motors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30. We have plenty. So we could actually... I mean, I got to drag it all over there, which is going to be ugly. We'll have to do a nice another one of those lines across, and we'll put them down here. So I think we can actually make like 5 or 6 of those a minute, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. Well, if we take 25 versatile framework and we divide 25 by that, that means that's 10. No, we're not going to make 10 of them. No, 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 no. I don't even think I can get 5 of these down here. Let's see. Where are we? How many of those can we put right there? Production miner Mark 3s. Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait. We're going to set you up next episode. How many of these can we get down here? If I set these up like maybe this. Right there. Come on, mod. Where are you? Can I get 5 of them? Okay, well, I think we're going to try that. I think we're going to see if we can't build all the parts we need to do 5 of them. I'm actually going to have to move them forward quite a bit, but let me get all the parts set up. Let's get some things figured out. We're going to have to build the electromagnetic control rods, which shouldn't be that bad because AI limiters are right over there. We'll just use those for right now, or maybe we'll use something else. I don't know, but we need to get those done. So let's get some parts, and I will get back with you guys in a little bit. This may be another place where we're going to go ahead and make a few changes to the process, because I think we're probably going to want to try to change this recipe up too now that we have those batteries. Not that I really think it's going to be that big of a deal, but we may need to look at it as we move forward, because we can do this recipe once we build those. We have everything else here. What do these take? Which one are we using on this one? We're using the silica and the circuit board and a quick wire recipe, right? Issue right now I'm looking at. We're making about 6. We're making 6 high-speed connectors a minute, and this is using just barely under that. So I think we'll go ahead with the AI limiter recipe, at least at this point, because I think AI limiters, we have well more than 3.7. 3 3.75 per minute. I think, if I recall correctly, we should have something very, very, very much more than that. So okay, we're gonna do that recipe. So what I need to do now is we've got those set up to go do that. I'm gonna have to run AI limiters all the way around the corner over behind here so that we can stack a bunch of these assemblers down and then start stealing. Well, I'm not gonna steal it. It's actually the stuff that we need is right here, so we could just run it right back down the strip and go that direction. We have way too many of these because we're using them to make the advanced wiring kits, which we don't need anymore. That whole section back there actually, right there could go. If we made those over there, if we make those over here, then that would just mean I'd have to run a belt over that. I think that's what we're going to do. We don't need this anymore, so I have a lot of cleanup to do. I've got to rip all this stuff out, put it all away. We don't need it anymore, and they're already sitting here, and some of it's already hooked up. I mean, I just need that stuff. Cool. All right, I got some cleanup to do. All right, I think after a little bit of repurposing, we've managed to get a few things sorted the way we need to do to here. So let's get the control rods going. They should be ready to go once I hook this to that. And then I think I put it in that. I did it wrong. I did it wrong once again. Let's do it the right way this time. You go there. All right, try that again. Here to there, and then you to there. So I just repurposed this section. We should not need to be dealing with this anymore, theoretically. So we'll see what happens once this starts to show up. Okay, so we should be making 4 times that. So 20 of these per minute. 20 of these per minute. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20 of those per minute. So 20 of those is going to be our weight limit on what we're going to be able to fool with as far as this is concerned. So 20 over here, we just need 1. So literally it's 1 machine that I need to worry about on that. Now, like I said, I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to use that other recipe to change out our motor construction, but that is not going to happen today. That is going to be another day. So there is a bunch of electromagnetic control rods. We need to get it over there now. So yeah, I think I'll probably hop it up over. Well, I don't know where I'm going to go. Actually, we've got a mess once again. I'm going to do a little bit more work here. Let's see. Can we just remove you and do something like that instead? Okay, and then we bring that under and it can go down here and around that corner. So let's see. Yeah, click. We'll just grab that with a steel belt. Take it over straight through that support. Love it. Let's not. Let's well, I mean, we may end up using it over here, so we'll just do, because it doesn't really matter for right now. I'm just gonna do something like that. And then that. Where'd my power go? That's nail. Put it to the edge. It always looks a little better. Because we're going to have to jump over. We're going to need these. We're going to need that to stay on. So let's see. How are we doing over here? You guys all running finally? Everybody's running. We're just going to make stuff really, really, really slowly. That's cool. All right. So that, I think we'll just drop it down across this then. Wrong way. You know, I'd love it if they just maintain rotation between things. Last item placed. Maintain rotation with the last item placed. Would make me so much of a happier person. Alright, so we're going to do that, and then I'm going to change that right there for one of these. And then we should be able to just grab that, run it under. And then that'll come over to here for when we get ready to start doing this. So what we do need to do is we need the versatile framework, the batteries, and that control rod. The batteries are way the heck over there. That's going to take a minute. The versatile framework is right here. So I think what we'll probably do is we will rip out... No, it's not. It's... Where is it? It's right there. Take that. Delete these. Turn that around so that it's facing the opposite direction. Merger. Okay. You had to be in the way. Well, we can just do something like this and then like that. All right, so let's see. We're gonna need to get up at least 3 of these things working. Unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to do this by hand because of how this is gonna work. I've got to get the one from that one side coming in here, and then the other 2 coming in on this side. So let's see how ugly this is gonna be if we do something like this. We'll push it back as far as it can go. I think it needs to be about right there. Facing the right direction. Push it against the wall. Just go right there. Okay, we don't need the top one. Whoop. And then what we're going to do is we're going to dismantle the one on the bottom and turn it around. So give me a little bit. We'll do this. Okay, so first comes to first, we're going to go ahead and get these run into that so that I don't have to worry about it. The one on the bottom is going to be the batteries. So we're going to do a level of 2 of these like that, which means you need to make that corner. And then you can come up to about there and then go into that. Did I go high enough? I didn't get it straight, did I? And love it, love it. Where do we need to go? We need to go to about right there. So many lines. All right, and those will unload. I have a whole lot on me. Let's just put those back in the machines. I'll do that for now. Is that line not even? Wow. Guidelines. They sure work, don't they? Go over there. Okay, next piece. Those. That's gonna be ugly. Let's see about, let's do this. We'll do one right about there, I think. And then we'll see what that looks like down to there. All right, that'll work for the moment. Again, temporary system, temporary setup. All we're doing is making sure this stuff does what it's supposed to do. Can you just take those and get them out of my life, please? All right, last thing, batteries. I'll get on that in just a second. Let's do that. Alrighty, pulling the belts always is the most fun. We've managed to make an utter mess out of this, but hey, at least we should have batteries coming in over here once I get some of this other stuff done. We gotta get to there, right there, you sir. So, I'm gonna disconnect that real fast. We're gonna move it backwards just a little bit. Sometimes the lines are really hard to guess where they gotta go. That's why I like being able to build from up above, because you can kind of line lines up. All right, so you're gonna be in by the... I pointed it the other direction. I know I did. Come on. Where are you, splitter? In the middle of all of this that I can't see. There it is. All right, then we need to hook that back up. So I can, I guess, just do something like this. That was too low. That should be right. Get you your wire back going. I don't think we heard it too badly anyway. I mean, that line's kind of screwed up because it had to go around a couple of things, but that's fine. I did it again. I did it. I love it. Whatever. Leave it alone. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. We'll fix it. We'll fix it later. We need to get the mergers going on these now. These should actually produce reasonably decent at this point, I think. So this one should go fairly quickly. Is this connected? No, it isn't. Hang on a minute. Turn that back on so that it doesn't sit there and try to do silly. Can we just... you're going to do it wrong again, aren't you? I'll go. 0. We'll send them this direction. And... up. There. Run the wire, or run the pipeline, run the belt over to the space elevator. Something kind of like that. Let's get some power going. We should have power right here, and we should see these go bang in here in just a second. Make me some parts. All right, well, we're gonna be cranking those out at a massive 4 per minute. 4 per minute. That's amazing, which means it should end up being half as much time as the original, whatever those assembly project director thingies took to make us. As long as this all works correctly, which we're going to see just in a minute. So that'll get some usage out of some of these other systems that we haven't been using for a little while. So like this one and some of these other ones up here. Plus that allows us to build the electromagnetic control rods at a number that is well more than what we're going to need for that. So we may see what happens. Although I don't know why they're really slow, aren't they? Wow. Well, we'll have to see how this all works. But anyhow, that should... Come on, guys. Make one. Make one. Wow, it's slow. Oh, I'm an idiot. Look at me. Well, I still didn't get any. We should be just about ready to go. Okay, there goes 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. We should see about 4 come out of the belt right now. 1, 2, and then 4 more go along. Yep, there we go. There's our first 4 electromagnetic, or what is this? Electrofield magnetic, magnetic field generator thing. That, dude, right there. Those are our first 4. Done. All right, cool. We're gonna do the exact same thing we did with the last one, where we're just gonna let that run and build parts. So for now, I think I'm gonna call it. I hope I've got a little bit of enough time, but we'll see how it works. Again, we're gonna be doing a bunch of back-to-back real quick because I'm going to be going on vacation, so I will see you all in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.